food or Chinese food?
Wow.
We ask the tough questions on the show.
One.
Yeah.
I just had this yummy Chinese food last night.
I mean, every time I think of goons.
Fried rice, General Tso's chicken, bourbon chicken. Ooh, yeah, I got to go with the Chinese food.
What is your thoughts on crab rangoon, Miss Pandora?
Love them.
Oh,
Love them.
I could take down a whole gang of goons anytime.
Goons,
Just
that's what you
love
call
them.
I believe they call it a gaggle.
A gaggle of goons.
Gaggle of goons.
Love it, man.
Like
gaggle of goons.
One order of a gaggle of goons, please.
No more, no less.
No more, no less. Love it. All right.
That
very
is
nice.
how, speaking of gaggles of goons, the place I get my goons from will not let you get a half order. It comes in 8. And I'm like, sometimes I'm just like, can I get 4 goons? And she's like, no. I'm like, but I'll pay full price. I just want 4. No, you have to have 8.
I don't know why you would want less goons.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to eat 8 goons.
The Easy Rider scene where all he wants is toast and she won't let him have toast. So he orders a sandwich and says, you're just going to eat the toast off the sandwich.
No,
like,
you're talking about 5 easy pieces. That's not Easy Rider. 5 easy.
You're right. I got my Jack Nicholson movies mixed
What
up.
is what? So I know Easy Rider. What is 5 easy pieces?
Oh, 5. You know what? I almost don't want to tell you. It's a Jack Nicholson movie. He's blue collar guy working in a blue collar town with his buddy, and they're married to these 2 girls. I don't want to give it away. It's fantastic. Just watch it. It's a great movie.
5
there's
easy
a very
pieces?
famous there's a very famous scene where he wants wheat toast, and he's like, I'll take an order of wheat toast. She's like, we don't do that. And he's like, all right, well, I'll take a tuna fish sandwich on wheat bread. And she's like, okay.
Toast it.
He's like, can you toast the bread? She's like, yeah. He's like, all right, hold the tuna fish, hold the lettuce, hold everything.
Hold the
and
tomato.
I'll just take the bread.
Hold
Yeah,
everything
I'll just take the bread.
And she
Same
said, and they did it, right? I'm assuming.
I mean, yeah, she wasn't very happy about it.
Good. I mean, I don't know. Part of me is like good for shoving it up that person's ass for being a dipshit, but also part of me it was like a waiter and a bartender for like forever. So
you and me both.
Any disrespect shown to any server makes me want to kill people. So I'm on the fence. I'll have to see how Nicholson pulls it off. Maybe he pulls
As
it
a
off.
server, though, someone asked for wheat toast, I'd go make wheat toast for it.
Right. I wouldn't give a fuck
gotcha.
about wheat toast. I would not give a fuck. Right.
I gotcha.
I
You're
lived
good.
across the street from a bar / pizza shop, and I would get them to make me a fried egg sandwich at like 1 a.m. I'd be like, look, you have egg, you have white bread, you have bacon, you have cheese. Like, I'll pay you whatever amount of money you want. I'll make it myself, but can I just get I was like, or I literally like, give me an egg and I'll buy the egg and I'll go across the street and make it myself. I need these things.
Why did you want a fried egg sandwich so bad? I don't think I've ever had a fried egg sandwich craving after a night of partying.
Dude,
You never had?
Nice little cheesy
never had
egg
a
at the
fried
end of the
egg
night.
sandwich craving after
Egg?
partying.
I've had
Cheesy
like pizza and wings and beer. Like I've had the cheesesteaks, like going out to a diner and getting a ton of shit cravings, but yeah, they never cheesy egg never crossed my mind.
Banging.
Well, I guess you'll have to tell me. So either way, on the show today, like we said, Miss Pandora is here. Super excited to get this show on the road. So let's stop wasting any more time. So Miss Pandora,
that was a waste of time.
I mean,
We have to know who you are,
Right. We had to find out who you really were, and you were a drum, and that means you're a good person. So okay. So you were born and grew up in the great state of Virginia. Is that correct?
Yeah, in the Bible Belt, no less.
The Bible Belt. So, but you're in like Western Virginia, not West Virginia, but the western part of the state of Virginia. Is that right?
No, I grew up in Virginia Beach, which is home of Pat Robertson and the 700 Club and Jim and Tammy Baker, Tammy Faye.
Yeah.
I don't know any of
Jim
them.
Baker Jim Baker was a like a mega church pastor kind of guy. He went to jail, I believe, for money laundering.
Having sex with the secretary.
Had food buckets.
Yeah, he's doing that now. Now he has food buckets. You can still buy Jim Baker food buckets.
You should never get,
When he got out of jail, he went back to the whole evangelical grift thing. So now he sells like apocalypse pills and things like that.
hey,
Apocalypse
you know,
Girl.
stick with what you know.
He got busted for grifting and went right back to it.
Hey,
Yep.
when you're good, you're good. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do? I mean, also, he shouldn't have gotten arrested for having sex with his secretary. I mean, you know,
No,
that's
he got arrested for stealing money. Like stealing from the till, when they hand out the hat and everybody gives money. I mean, he was pilfering it for gold faucets, and they had a huge house.
I'm assuming they all do that, right? Isn't that's
He
got
was up to
Well,
all kinds of nonsense. He's
he's
money
like
laundering.
a righteous gemstones kind of guy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Very nice. Okay. So then when you were in the great state of Virginia, which was Richmond was the capital of the Confederacy during the Civil War. Am I correct? Right? Yep, I am. Very good. I'm a genius. I'm a genius.
Yes. And I will say, you can't imagine how many people have argued with me about that. Oh, no, Virginia wasn't Confederate. Yes, it was. It was the capital of the Confederacy.
Yeah.
People don't know history.
Fun fact. When the Confederacy was being made, the Union Army was getting ready to unionize or whatever, come together. And the United States of America asked Robert E. Lee to be the commanding general of the Union Army. And he said no. And his reason is because he could never turn his back on the great state of Virginia, which was his home, and Richmond was the capital. So there you go. I'm a fucking history guy, and yeah, look at me. I'm not vanilla, you know.
Now, when it comes to history.
Yeah. So okay. So did you do public school or Catholic school?
No, public school. But my best friend was in Catholic school, and she got me in all kinds of trouble. She was the worst influence.
Ooh, I mean, is because now I'll say this, and maybe I'm wrong, but Catholic school girls do have a reputation for being hooers. And yeah. Well, okay. So maybe all right. Hey, but they weren't vanilla. I'll tell you that. Last thing they were.
She was not vanilla, and she used to take, because I'm old, so back in the day we used to use the Aquanet hairspray to
25 is not old, Miss Pandora. I don't know what
You're trying to be my best friend now.
What? Come on.
So we used to use the Aquanet to put our hair up, right, and tease it up, and she would dump the Aquanet and fill it up with like whiskey.
Ooh.
And take it to Catholic school.
Whoa.
In the hairspray container.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that the aerosol was still in there somehow, and you could like.
Probably not that good for you.
What? But did she clean out the like? She had to clean out the hairspray first, right?
Nah, you get a little bit in there. It's fine.
Not gonna hurt you.
I remember this when we had potato cannons. We would always get an Aquanet because that was the most flammable of the hair. It was like that shit was like crazy flammable. Is that the same stuff we're talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's the same stuff.
So mix that with a little whiskey, and that's a good time, right? My gosh! All right,
He
nice.
ended up like Daffy Duck when he exploded, and he was trying to.
I can do this trick, but I can only do it once.
Very nice. So okay. So then you're doing public school, hanging out with a bad influence in Catholic school, and what kind of stuff were you into? Were you like theater,
Drinking?
Just drinking, partying, having a good time?
We would after school when I was in high school. Although I got really good grades in high school, still, despite all the partying we did. But
Nice.
I would go over to my Catholic school girl's friend right after school. She lived a few blocks away from me, and we would watch Mr. Rogers and